So the Strike Gundam is a pretty cool mobile suit. Had the whole switching packs gimmick going on, which was a thing that was going around in the early 2000s. I liked it. Still a cool suit. But then, of course, Kira got the Freedom, which I think is still a lot of people's favorites in terms of Kira's mobile suits that it got, because it is pretty iconic and it looks awesome. It has the nice wings, still OP. Even when it was destroyed, it's still like pretty OP. And then, of course, can't go any farther but up with the Strike Freedom. I mean, how do you give someone who get beam spams all day? You give him more beams with the Dragoon, so he can put beams with his beams. But what do you go after that? When the suit that never once got touched in the entire series after it came out, after it was launched, well, you make it transform. We got the Rising Freedom, which is, you know what? I like it way better than I thought I would. Initially, when I saw it and I saw the sticker sheet, I was thinking, whew, it's going backwards. We're going upside down here with our high grades. But no, they did a good job. They did a good job. Personally, just throwing it out there, I wouldn't have done the wings the way they did, because all the white, they're just stickers on both sides. I would have made the navy blue into the normal blue, so it would have blended in with the body and everything else, and then everything else here would have been white. So the stripe and the rest of it would all be one solid piece of white. There would be no stickers. Bandai, you make... Okay, the shows are made, the mobile suits are designed with models in mind, obviously. So do that. If you gotta have a buttload of stickers, design it so you don't. It's not that complicated. That aside, mobile armor is kind of cool. It's a little bulky underneath because you got the shield and the rifle. It's an interesting idea to have the rifle attached to the shield instead of like on the arm. What I don't like is the fact you gotta have an adapter in the crotch in order to have the shield. So without this thing sticking in where the sun don't shine, yeah, they could have done this. They could have easily done this. They could have had a flip out clip that would, because this hole here could have just been a flip out tab, and then it would have gone into there, and then boom, you're done. But no, they didn't. So that's definitely a problem. So stickers, too much. Alt mode, that should have been able to go on without an adapter. And then the cool thing is, I like these little flip out little fins on the nose cone, and even the legs. I didn't know there were any in the legs until I built it. I knew about the nose cone ones. Once you do that, transforming is a breeze, because they don't even have you rotate the waist or bend the knees. You just flip the feet up, pull that back, and then you just kind of like hinge the, I guess they're boosters that are attached to the wings. You just hinge them up so that they're higher up on the body. And that's your Rising Freedom. That is the simplest, and if you think about pointless transformation, because you didn't really do much. They could have at least I mean, I could probably do it myself, just rotate the waist and bend the knees, but they should have included that. It does look cool though. It's a little weird because we've never had a Freedom with like no red chin. It does look a little different, but it does have the feel of the Freedom with that V-fin. Like you can tell, it definitely is in the Freedom family. Let me actually bring in the Strike Freedom head. You can kind of see, you know, it's got that feel to it. If I bring in the Freedom, it has the feel. It has the feel. It definitely has more of a Strike Freedom head with the V-fin compared to Freedom. And if you don't look at the wings, there's like no stickers except for the eyes and the cameras. It's really good in terms of part separation. Even the little rail guns, like those little tips, that's plastic. If you go and look on, once again, the old Freedom, well, the newer Freedom, so you'd have to put stickers on there to have a different color. They did it, so yeah, they definitely made it improved compared to the original Freedom. Strike Freedom didn't have the little extra gray there. So I'm down with the design. I like the design. Once again, I would have changed the wing layout. And it's got decent posability. It is a little hindered in the wings, but you can get them out of the way. You can maneuver them. So it's not a big deal, really. But it has good arm articulation. You got a nice crunch going on. The skirts, they do tell you to separate them. I didn't. But I like the fact that you've got two different colors in the skirts. That's nice. They can go out. Knees are good. And feet are also good. Like, and of course the toes. So yeah, it's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And then of course the wings can open up. This little piece here is a separate wing. And you can bring out the cannon. And you can get over. Very easy to get it in front. Like I thought I'd have to fight with it, but no, you can actually get them in the proper configuration pretty easily. And they don't go a little close to the head, but you can kind of maneuver it around. It's not the big deal. So that looks really nice. Like the wingspan is good. Like compared to like say the original Freedom Gundam high grade. Whoa, boy, yeah, it's like way better. And of course you got the rail guns, which they extend. So it's kind of like what they did with the Master Grade Strike Freedoms. Because the original Strike Freedom, the rail guns don't usually like extend. They just like flip forward. So I like that they add those retroactively. And they kept the same kind of connector here into the beam sabers, but they don't rotate. They're not separate pieces, which is okay. I don't have a problem with that because you're not gonna like. I think since it doesn't rotate backwards, they don't need to move, and they fit really nicely together. They're not falling off. And they kept the theme of clubbing them together to make the lance. And then you got your beam effects, so you can get that all going on. And they even included a beam shield. I'm assuming each arm can do it because it has the red. And it basically goes in, I think it's pretty much the same way as the Strike Freedom. But of course, you still have this, the shield, the physical shield. So it's kind of justice-ish. And I love this. This is so cool. I love this whole thing. Just collapses the little red. That is so neat. I never even thought about that, but that's such a cool little gimmick. And apparently it's like its own little funnel, sort of. You got these little... I mean, I'm assuming it can be used when it's on the arm, but you got these little pieces. This is very Infinite Justice with the effect parts here. And I just threw out the other effect part, which goes onto the nose, or the back of the shield. That's nice. It's like a little drone that can fly around. I haven't actually seen the show or the movie. I've seen clips. I've seen a lot of clips. I think I've seen like the last 30 minutes, pretty much. And I saw the end fight with the Rising Freedom, but not the whole thing. Actually, will this clip? Yeah, this will probably clip onto this arm, because you can have one with the beam effect and one with the physical shield. And the beam rifle, well, that's where all the other stickers are. If you see blue, it's a sticker, plain and simple. But I do like how it looks. It's different. It has a vibe of the Strike Freedom's beam rifles, like if they were combined, sort of. But it definitely has its own little feel. I just wish. Once again, if you don't think you have the ability, or you don't have the money, the budget to give it separate blue, just don't include it in the design, Bandai or Sunrise or whoever's designing these things. I just never understood that. Back in the day when they didn't have the ability to like do all the little molding, because there's a lot of little pieces in this kit. Like I mentioned, the little barrels here on the railguns, the chin. I like how the mouth plate actually, it doesn't plug in forward. You actually slide it down into the darker gray. Kind of neat. Yeah, it looks really... Oh yeah, these are stickers, these chunks here, which, I mean, you can't really see them, so is it a big deal? And that sensors are stickers, that's fine, I'm fine with that. So, yeah, I really do like the design. Like, I like how it looks. I didn't, like, initially I thought I'd like it the least of the two, but I don't know if I really do, compared to the Immortal Justice and the Rising Freedom, but I really do like it. Not as much as the Strike Freedom, and not as much as the normal Freedom, but it definitely feels like, even though it came after the Strike Freedom, it definitely feels like an intermediary step between Freedom and Strike Freedom. Yeah, it's cool in its own little way. Did it need a transform? No. Is it kind of neat? Yes. Could the wings have been more simple so they didn't have freaking stickers everywhere? Definitely. But I enjoyed the build, and I enjoy looking at it.